before. I done found bombs. I done hit licks. I done robbed people. You know what I'm saying? I done did all kind of crazy stuff, like, you know what I mean? But then I done found licks. I done walked up on licks. Like, you know what I mean? I found $50,000 in a trunk of I found $50,000 in the trunk of a Lamborghini. $50,000. I found that. You know what I'm saying? But 2 days before I found that, I was just riding down the road, a dark road, crying. Tears streaming down my eyes. Crying. Begging for a lick. Asking God, like, you know what I mean? I needed a lawyer. I needed all kind of stuff because I had a trafficking charge. This at the time when I had fell off. You know what I'm saying? This that story right here. When I had done fell off. When I lost everything. And I started getting on the drugs and stuff. But anyway, long story short, I'll take y'all there another day. But I found $50,000 in a Lamborghini. True story. You know what I'm saying? Check my resume. You know what I'm saying? And I blowed it. But I needed that, and I prayed to God that all I wanted was just enough money to get me a lawyer, and I wanted to stop doing what I was doing, hurting people and using the drugs. So I prayed to God, and I was riding down the road on a bicycle, dark road, crying. I'll never forget this day. And got doggone the next day, my oldest brother, my oldest cousin, Trent, the one y'all met when I was down in Sarasota, he wasn't really rocking with me because he knew I was on the drugs and stuff. And the nigga loved me to death. Boy, when I tell you, man, he just pulled up on me and made me get in the car. And when I got in the car with him, he gave me something to make me some money. And this something that somebody hadn't done in a long time, because I was riding there robbing and, you know what I mean, taking things from a lot of people in my city. You know what I mean? So he gave me something to make some money. And then and that was the next day after I had to pray to God. So the day after that, I pulled the all-nighter. And then that's when it happened. I ran into an old white dude that had the keys to the car lot. And he had the key to every car that was on that car lot. And I knocked him out and took all the keys. And I stole the Lamborghini. I did that. And everybody in my city know who Lamborghini that is. And it is what it is. But I did that. But what I said, though, the first thing I did, I called my cousin. And I was like, man, but I didn't even thank God. I didn't have to rob nobody. Like, well, I hit the white dude and took the keys from him because he was playing games. Because I watched out for him while he went into the car lot, and then he came out the car lot like he ain't had nothing. But then when I searched him, he had all the keys. So I was like, why you lying and say you ain't get nothing? Oh, they're just keys. So I just hit him and took all the keys, and I took the keys to the Lambo, and drove up out of there. The one thing that the dude didn't do, who Lambo was, he didn't call the police because he had a tracking on his car. So he got his car back in like 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? He got his car back in 2 hours. I was gone, kept the money, and that was like almost 15 years ago. And I see him all the time, every time I go to the city. You feel me? Nah. You say God didn't have anything to do that. I didn't say God had anything to do with that. I say first thing I do, I say I got lucky. I say I got lucky. You don't. I just told you have no idea how God worked. How do you know? Stacy said God ain't had nothing to do with that. I just told y'all. The moral of the story is God works in mysterious ways. He will bless. He blessed people, dog. That you and you would be like, why would he bless somebody like that? You know what I'm saying? Look what he did for Saul. Saul used to go around and murder Christians, and he blessed him. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't know what God have to got to do with. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the dude at the car lot was a crooked. Maybe he was crooked. Maybe he was just showing me, like, you know what I mean, his power, the things that he can do. Somebody had something to do with it. I don't know who it was. I feel like it was God, if you ask me. But at the time, I didn't thank God. I was just like praising, like I was like, man, I'm lucky as heck. I like, boy, I'm lucky. I blamed it on luck. You know what I'm saying? That's what I did. But God work in mysterious ways, man. I watched God bless. I told y'all the story about a pastor. And guess what? Y'all know hundreds of stories about pastors that y'all heard about pastors. Now these are preachers. These are people that preach the word of God. That have been around for years, molesting and touching with little kids and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But these people be so blessed. Like, you know what I mean? They have so much money to the point they feel like they protected and they keep on. And God, and I don't know why, but this dude is these people, these pastors are so gifted with their words and they know how to preach the word. I don't know who are y'all trying to say they're working for when they preaching the word the way that they do. And they got these big old congregations in these big old churches. But behind closed doors, they messing with little boys. But God see it all. God know what they doing. And he watched them do it for years. You know what I'm saying? Explain that to me. Explain that to me. You say the devil knows the Bible. Yeah, you right. You right. You right. That's what and that's what we go. That's where it goes back to what we was talking about the other day. That people are using the Bible to create cults. You know what I'm saying? People are using the Bible to create cults. They would start off, it would start off spiritual and all about the word. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm going to tell y'all. See, y'all say, I'm going to tell y'all what happened though. I'll finish that story. So when I stole that car, I ended up getting locked up 2 weeks later for another drug charge in a whole nother county. And then I ended up having a warrant for Sarasota County for missing my court date. So I ended up going to jail within a month after I hit that lick. And I stayed in jail for 9 months. Them 9 months when I was in jail changed my life. I met somebody that was in jail. I met the realest dude from my city ever. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't call him a role model, but I looked it up to him. You know what I mean? Somewhat like a role model. You know what I mean? But I met this dude, and when I got out, I changed my life, and I never used drugs again. I got closer to God, although I was in jail wilding like a mug. I was wilding when I went to jail. But I was also praying to God, and I changed. And I got out, and I backslid a couple times, but then I met somebody, and then I cold turkeyed it. I changed my whole life, and I never did drugs again. And that was in 2008. I mean, I never did hard drugs again. Cocaine, crack, any of that there again. And that's the only thing that I ever did. I never did nothing else. Probably some ecstasy and Percocets or something like that, though. But yeah, that's my story. That's my story. If you ain't never heard it,